And welcome to the 2018 Ccfl Draft Analysis Show with your host and commissioner, the Polish Flash. What the fuck is up, gentlemen? Hope everybody has been doing well. Welcome to the Commissioner's Lounge. Call it the basement. What a wonderful looking trophy we have here. I wanted to truly show its essence shining, so I put a wonderful little piece of history behind it in the urn. And as you can see, what we have here is just a wonderful, wonderful trophy here that will go to the winner of the league to be conferred at a special swearing-in ceremony, a posthumous ceremony next year at the draft. And then that trophy will then be handed to the winner the following year. If it is the same person, they will bring the trophy and drink out of it. Last place finisher will bring the booze at that party next year. And we will now start a tradition, gentlemen, because it's about time. People are adults. We can get together. So, to basically get down to the point, when ESPN stopped their Commissioner's Toolkit package with their fantasy football, I had to start awarding grades. Sometimes they're done on my own. Sometimes they are done with people on average. This was done with people partial and impartial to Ccfl, and it doesn't matter because I'm a commissioner. And this isn't a democracy. This is how it's run. But it's fair when it comes to money, because I don't like to mess around with that. So, we're going to talk about the teams in the order that they were drafted in. I feel that that would probably be the best way to go about this. So, and these grades, mind you, were also given based on your draft position and how well people felt you did based on how difficult the position was, while also taking into account maybe how easy it should have been. So, there was that. So, Kelsey, you again in Pennsylvania, which was chef by our team, Zach. We really felt, getting Gurley and then, being able to get, I think it was either Green Wilson, Green Howard, and then still being able to get Diggs and Olsen and Crowell. I had a lot of those guys in my software, and your bench of Goodwin, Crabtree, and Crowder impressed me very much. So, we gave you a grade of A-. A- on the list right here. I don't have anything special to hold up, but maybe I'll put it on the screen or something. A-. So we felt with the first position and having to wait those 20-odd picks to start, we legitimately felt that it was, a good draft for you in that one position. We could have obviously given you a very, very crappy grade because you are the first into this and marrying into the family. But, we'll go honest with you, but just don't let the ego explode because, this league will bring you back down to earth. I mean, i.e. ass last year. I didn't give anybody an F this year because he's not even in the league. That's how upset I am that he's not around. So, it's one of those things where, you have to kind of go with it. So, next up was, at the time, Send Nudes. But now is my tight end Ertz when I fart. So I don't know if Kevin is trying to send us a message of some sort by saying send nudes and then immediately changed it to my tight end hurts when he farts. So some things might have gotten connected there, which is pretty interesting. But anyway, we felt second in the draft to get Barkley, Adams. The Newton Funchess thing is underrated in a way. It could be explosive for you, or at least give you that double point kick where you might not have gotten it. So that's okay. Jordan Reed is always great if he's healthy. Chris Thompson don't really like because he's not the starter, although Adrian Peterson could be crap. Sterling Shepard on your bench and Ingram on your bench and Watson on your bench were good, solid picks. And obviously your defenses, which were crazy. So we gave you a B+. A B+ for my tight end Ertz when I fart. That big coon can run. In the third position, you think it gets easier, it may get harder. I mean, what's interesting is if people have good drafts around you, just because it's weird anomalies that happen, you end up running into some things that are better than not. But, I mean, if Le'Veon Bell reports to camp, that would be great. You have Brady. I mean, if McCoy does anything in Buffalo, that would be amazing for you. And I have him in another league as well. Just took him on a flyer because he was available and was like, well, I have two great running backs. Let me grab a third. Keenan Allen, great. Hogan could be good with Edelman out, and when Edelman comes back, could be also still good. Rudolph, should be okay. Lynch, again, could be decent, and I think Oakland would be as long as this Mac crap doesn't blow it up. AP, who knows? Alex Smith could be good. Nelson, I think, is a good pickup. Jeffrey's a good pickup. Marvin Jones Jr. could be a good pickup. Peyton Barber could be a good pickup. So there were a lot of like high potential, high risk picks there. Some that were on the Skynet software for me as well. So we went A-, with you. A-, for that right there. So that wasn't too bad. Next up was Sable, which is Mo Money Mo Haas. Sable, in the fourth pick, you should be drafting, pretty well. Sometimes things happen with bad luck. I learned that last year. I mean, your starting team right now is Carson Wentz, David Johnson, McKinnon, Julio Jones, Larry Fitzgerald, Travis Kelce, Tevin Coleman, the Titans D, and Boswell. Well, first of all, Wentz is projected for 0 points because he's not going to start. This gentleman right here, Super Bowl MVP, will be starting. Whether he does well or not is who knows. But Wentz is not starting. McKinnon is on IR. I don't even think you picked up Breda or whatever his name is, and Alfred Morris. So I don't know really what's going on there with you. I mean, you're going to have to probably put Jones or Mack, and Mack is questionable. So, I don't know. Based on that and who you had on your bench and, how many people were questionable and out already, and it just kind of looks shaky with some backup people being there and some people past it. We gave you a C+ here, Haas. So, no offense. It's nothing against anybody. It was whatever. My grade was decided not necessarily by me. I might have had a 10% influence on it. I was a part of the judging of it, and I had a little bit of say about my team, which was both positive and negative. We could ask the people that were there, but it was basically judged awry, not with me. So Bodie's War Child, we're drafting in the 5th position. So basically, after the first 5 picks of getting basically like what you call like the jackpot pick, you're waiting 10 picks every pick. So you should be able to find and calculate some things there if you do it right. And, we have Aaron Rodgers, Ezekiel Elliott, Devontae Freeman, Tyreek Hill, Brandon Cooks, Evan Ingram, Juju Smith-Schuster, Patriots, Robbie Gould, Will Fuller, the 5th on the bench, C.J. Anderson, which is a coin flip, Edelman to come back, Garoppolo, Njoku, joke's on me this year, right? And Clement, because I took him because Ajayi might be injured, and who knows. I honestly thought my team, besides a couple of the beginning ones, like I have maybe a decent spine there. I always try to build that spine that I talk about, and if you want to know what I mean, just let me know. I'll give you some lessons for free 99. But anyway, and honestly, I wanted to give myself like a C or a D. I didn't really think it was that great of a draft for my position, but possibly good enough, or what I could have done, because it could be tough there, you know what I mean, with whatever was drafting around me. But the other people, I said I would have been happy, all right, with like a C plus or a B minus, you know what I mean. Other people around me thought that it was a much better draft. They gave me an A minus. There's really nothing I could do about that, and I'm sorry. So that's where it is. Up next, we had Smallwood, captained by Davis, who drafted 6th in his position. We had Matt Ryan, Leonard Fournette, Henry of Tennessee, Michael Thomas, Michael Evans, Charles Clay, Alex Collins, Saints D, Will Lutz, the kicker, Doug Baldwin on the bench, Rex Burkhead, Rashad Penny, Nelson Aguilar, Moore of Carolina, the wide receiver, and Bilal Powell. We felt that at the 6th position, I mean, again, if they felt that I drafted well, maybe they're feeling that, you drafted whatever, and we all felt, I mean, I like Fournette, I like Ryan, even though a lot of people wouldn't, but beyond that, I feel like you have question marks per week. Like Henry could be a question mark. Thomas is great, but question mark. I mean, he has come on with Breeze late, but question mark. Evans, who's his quarterback? I mean, I know, but question mark. Charles Clay should be good, question mark, though. Like, Alex Collins should be amazing for the Ravens, but who knows what they do. You know how they're weird there. And then on the bench, I love Aguilar. I don't mind Bilal Powell because I like Isaiah Crowell. I think they'll both do pretty well and surprise people. Penny, again, needs help. Burkhead, okay. Baldwin, again. So, who knows? You finished 2nd every year you've been in this league. Every year. And, some years I question the team, some years I don't. This isn't to try to get you out of 2nd. This isn't trying to put, this is nothing. This is what this team is telling myself and other people, and we gave you a straight C for Smallwood, okay? Up next, we had Golden Taint, managed by Greg. In the 7th position, he got Phillip Rivers, Christian McCaffrey, Kenyon Drake, Antonio Brown, I think you always seem to get him, either you or Roos, I think. It seems to always get him, I believe. I could be wrong. Golden Tate, Gronk, Lamar Miller, Ravens D, Adam Vinatieri. On your bench, Gordon, Dion Lewis, again, who is going to go what we were talking with Smallwood with Henry. Like, Dion Lewis could be, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, but he's on your bench, whereas the other is starting. So you could put him up, and that's an advantage to you based on what you want to play versus already starting and what you have. So that's why we give out grades what we have. Anderson, Robbie Anderson of New Jersey, and Breida. So, I mean, there's a lot of upside. Emmanuel Sanders, Kenny Stills, I forgot. There's a lot of upside on that bench. All right, a lot of upside, a lot of players that are going to see something from somewhere. Especially Breida, whatever. Like, could Lamar Miller finally have a good year? If any year, Greg, I think this will be the year because I've had him forever and he's done shit, and so have other people. But this could be the year for you or whatever. We liked your team. I actually gave your team just because of some of the running back situations. Like, who knows? Like, Drake is good, but are the Dolphins good? Like, blah blah blah. I wanted to give you like a B plus. Some people were like A minus, A, whatever. So we got an A minus. All right, overall for Golden Tate, and that's what happened there. Up next, we had Dirty Mike in the gang, which would have been Black Crows in the past. Dirty Mike in the gang drafted 8th. He got Kirk Cousins, Alvin Kamara, Royce Freeman, Odell Beckham Jr., Thielen, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, the Chargers D, Washington's kicker, Trey Burton, Chris Carson, Cooper Kupp, Ridley from Atlanta, Chubb from Cleveland, and Mariota. In my opinion, I think you got too high of a rating. Not necessarily for that. I mean, like, you went good with the Cousins-Thielen matchup. Those double points are great. Kamara is great. Beckham's great. I mean, maybe not. Now that I'm looking at your grade, I think your grade is actually a good grade looking at this team. Graham, I took him. I'm in another league for the pure fact that I had Rodgers. I wanted him in this league, and I didn't get him. I mean, that's all right. But, like, you got a B plus I think that's good for your team and your draft. We didn't really give out any D's or any F's this year. Not even really any C minuses. So I mean, just to kind of as a spoiler, but people drafted well, and we thought that there were smart advantages, even if teams don't do well. So up next is Club Suna, and we'll reveal the secret of Suna at the draft party next year, what that actually means. But in Club Suna, drafted 9th, so you had a lot of close picks together. Stafford, Delvin Cook, Jay Ajayi, Hopkins, Amari Cooper, Walker, Delaney Walker, Hyde, Carlos Hyde, Ramsey, Gostowski, the kicker, Corey Davis, Tariq Cohen, Alex Hearns, Pierre Garçon, Latavius Murray, Wilkins, the running back for the Colts, Jordan Wilkins. So that was a good pickup by you. Might raise your grade a little bit from what we have here from the other day when it was looked at, but Latavius Murray, the handcuff, was good. I had him last year. I mean, I like some picks in here in Amari Cooper. I have Dalvin Cook in another league. I like the Stafford pick. So in my opinion, I think those 3 ones are good. You get Hopkins in there, that's decent. Ajayi is a question mark. That's why I picked up Clement. Hyde in Cleveland should be good, but it's a question mark. I mean, right now we have your grade as a C, but looking over this team, I'm going to give this team a C+. Because I think it is a little bit better. There's a lot of question mark there because Cooper could be shit. I mean, that's my opinion and what the Skynet software says. So it really could be a C grade here on this team. But we'll go with the C+, and we'll change that in the system, and we'll throw that up there. And the surprising, not surprising grade of the day, but it's tough to draft here. And me and the people doing this and talking about this agree that it's tough to draft here, and we felt that my Johnson hits the hole hard, drafting at the 10th position. Drew Brees, Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt, Tyreek, T.Y. Hilton, Demarius Thomas, Zach Ertz, Allen Robinson, Vikings D, Tucker the kicker, and then you have the Johnson running back, Kerryon Johnson from Detroit, that Michael from New England, Sammy Watkins, Mahomes, Eckler, and Alfred Morris, who I know Johnson hits the whole hard, Rob loves. His name is right here on the trophy. Loves him. So, I mean, we really honestly felt to have Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt, and Drew Brees available while you've been drafting in the 10th, even 2 at the same time, like to even have them and then have Ertz. T.Y. Hilton is a flyer. Could be good for you. So is Allen Robinson with Trubisky there. But, who knows? Mahomes under Andy Reid with, Hunt running the ball could use Tyreek Hill. I mean, it could just be like replacing Alex Smith. Like I hear Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith, I hear the same thing. So, we went with the B+ because we really felt you drafted well there. And that's going to be the league draft show, gentlemen. You want to make sure you rest in peace, and remember, you're trying to win this bad boy, the cup, and get your name right over there. Take care, and good luck in week 1. Start trash talking, people. Get the shit moving.